Hi, I'm Jen Carter, and we're here to do a ZenJentle class tonight. It might not be tonight for you, it could be the morning, but it's just a very gentle flow, a few sun salutations to wind you down and into a nice little Shavasana. So thank you so much for joining. I'm looking forward to this practice. I hope you are too. And you can just start in a comfortable seated position. I'm actually seated upright on a block. I brought 2 blocks. You don't have to have a block if you don't have one at home. It's no big deal. But I have 2 blocks available. I'm seated in a seated cross-legged position. If that's comfortable for you, great. If it's not, you can always take a nice little seated position with a block between your heels. And that would be just like this, seated like this. And if that's too difficult on the knees, you can always elevate more, even on 2 blocks. So there's always so many options in yoga. I want you to just primarily respect your body, know where you are. Every day is different when we show up on the mat. We might feel good, we might feel bad. So wherever you are, just be there and be kind to yourself. Okay, so we'll get started seated. And again, I'm going to go back to that cross-legged position to start. And just find your elevated seat. Let your palms rest on your thighs. If it's the end of the day, just have them be face down. If it's the beginning, maybe face up. It's a little bit more open to receiving what the day has to bring for you. But it's the end of the day here where I am, so I'm going to put my palms face down. And I'm going to just take a nice deep breath in. Take it with me. Inhale, shoulders draw up by your ears. And exhale, let them relax down. Really nice. So another deep breath. Inhale, shoulders come up. Your eyes can be closed or open, whatever's comfortable for you. And exhale, shoulders come down. One more time. Inhale, shoulders up. And exhale, shoulders down. And then just have your hands go out like an upside down V shape. Your eyes can come open now if they were closed. So they're an upside down V shape. Your fingertips are pulling towards the earth. And then you're just going to reach for the earth. Keep reaching with your left hand, but you're going to take your right hand and you're going to reach for your left ear. So just a nice little neck stretch. So you're just going to slowly start to tip your right ear towards your right shoulder as you reach with your left fingertips. That'll give you a little bit more stretch on the left side of your neck. Really nice. And then slowly let your head come all the way back up, tipping it back up. Then you're just going to switch. Your right hand's going to come down. You're going to take your left hand, reach for the outside of your right ear, and then again, just slowly start to tip your left ear towards your left shoulder blade as you reach with your right fingertips. That'll give you a deeper stretch. Really nice. And then slowly let your head come back up. You can use your hand to tip it back up. And then I want you to take both hands down for a moment. And then both hands will come behind your head like you're going to lie on a beach. Elbows go back. And then just puff up your chest. Let your heart reach towards the sky. And then exhale, pull your elbows towards each other. Tuck your chin towards your chest. But keep a nice tall spine. This will be a nice gentle stretch all along from the top of your spine all the way down. Beautiful. And then slowly breathe your head all the way back up. You can let your hands release down. And then we're just going to make some small little smiley faces with our head. So we're not going a full circle. I just want you to slowly just kind of tip your head to the right and then down, like you're making a smiley face with your head in the air, but then don't go all the way around. Again, I said, then come all the way back down. Your chin will come towards your chest. Feels so good, right? If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. All right, so bring your chin down, smiley, smiley, smiley. What are you happy about? I'm happy to be alive here out in the beautiful nature. Maybe you're at home happy about your dog that's still sleeping or your kids that are sleeping. Think about something that you're joyful about. That usually brings joy to our spirit, which when we're happy, we can serve others in a really good way. So try to always bring joy back to you, no matter where you are, no matter what's going through your head. You can always think of something happy. Really nice. And then slowly bring your head back up. Deep breath in, shoulders come up. And exhale, release. Okay, so we're going to just remove the block if you had one underneath your seat. And it's always nice to have both blocks at the top of your mat so that you can easily get to them. I recommend placing them outside of the mat so that you have a little bit more space. And then just slowly come to your hands and knees, all fours. So you're going to bring your hands so they're shoulder width distance apart. Your knees are going to be hip width distance apart. The toes can be untucked or tucked if that feels better for you. I like them untucked. And then just keep a nice neutral spine. Breathe in as you draw your shoulder blades back. Look up. Exhale as you round the spine like a cat. So you're pressing down into that, really spreading fingers wide, tucking your chin, pulling your belly in. And then inhale, shoulder blades draw back. Heart reaches to the sky. And exhale, press down, curl in, tuck your chin, puff up your chest like a cat. You're pressing down, opening up the shoulder blades. Okay, so breath in, feel your breath, connect it with the movement, maybe close your eyes. Breath out, press down again, come back to that cat. Inhale, this is cow pose, breathe in. Exhale for cat. Hear your breath with your lips sealed, inhale. And exhale. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. Really, really nice. And we're just going to take a nice little gentle twist to detox from the day, bringing your right hand a little bit closer to your left hand, more in the center of the mat, keeping that neutral spine. I want you to reach your left hand up into the air. And then as you exhale, you're going to take that left hand, you're going to thread it underneath your right arm as you bring your left shoulder blade to the mat, your left ear down, and then I want you to walk your right fingertips out away from you like a child's pose stretch. You should feel that stretch in your left shoulder blade. If you want a little bit deeper tonight, as an option, you can take the right arm, reach around your back, reach for the inside of your left thigh, and then pull your shoulder blade back so you're really getting a deeper stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath like that. Inhale and exhale. Got a little mustache going here. All right, you'll bring your right hand back down, press yourself back up, unthread your left arm, reach the left arm all the way up, and exhale, bring it all the way back down. Okay, and we're just going to switch sides. So your left hand's going to come into the center of the mat, a little bit closer to the right. Your right arm's going to reach high, high, high. Look at your right middle finger, and then exhale, you're going to thread that right arm underneath the left. Bring your right shoulder blade to the mat, bring your right ear down. You'll walk your left fingertips out again in front of you to get a nice deep stretch. Again, if you took it on the other side, I want you to make sure you take your left hand behind your back, reach for the inside of your right thigh. This is just an option if you want a deeper stretch. Breathe, make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Really nice. If you were threaded, you'll unthread. You're going to bring your left hand back down, press into it, reach your right arm all the way back up, open up, and exhale, your right hand comes back down. Let's take one more cat and cow just to neutralize the spine. So inhale, shoulder blades draw back, heart reaches to the sky. Exhale, press into both hands, round the back, scoop your belly in, tuck your chin. Oh, so good. Come back to neutral spine, and we're just going to take a little downward dog. So keep your hands where they are, spreading fingers nice and wide to take pressure off the wrists. If your toes were untucked, tuck them now. And then slowly draw your hips back, press back, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, if your heels aren't touching the mat, that's totally cool. Don't worry about it. I want you to take a really big bend in the knees, and if your heels weren't touching, they can be lifted off the mat. It's more important that your spine's elongated. So really, again, spreading fingers nice and wide. Check out your hands. Make sure that your fingers are spread wide so you're taking that pressure off the wrist. Then look back between your knees. That's your drishti, your gaze point. If you want a deeper stretch, you can slowly start to extend the heels back towards the ground, but you don't have to do that. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And then just look up at your hands.
Bending the knees, just slowly take a little stroll up to the top of the mat. No rush, be mindful with your steps. This is a gentle flow. Making it to the top of the mat, you can have your knees bent as much as you need them to be. I'm going to straighten out my shirt. And you can just let yourself hang for a moment there. Maybe you grab for opposite elbows. You can sway side to side. Just let your neck relax. You can even stick out your tongue, flutter your lips. Just let this be a relaxing position for you. And then if you had opposite elbows, grab for opposite elbows. And breathe. Always make sure you're breathing. We don't want to hold the breath. And then release the hands down. Keep your chin tucked. I want you to be like a rag doll. Slowly come up. Just have that slight bend in the knees. Slowly come up. Chin stays tucked. Slow, slow, slow. One vertebrae at a time. And you'll draw your shoulder blades up and down the back, and the crown of head will come up last. If you're not at the front of the mat, if you're at the center like I am, just walk yourself to get there. Once you arrive there, get situated, look down at your feet, notice that your big toes are touching each other, your heels are about 1 inch apart. It's important you find your grounding. And then feel as if roots are pulling your feet down towards the center of the earth. Tuck your tailbone under so that you're standing up nice and tall. Reach your fingertips towards the ground. Shoulder blades draw down the back. Crown of head reaches high. It's like you're a long line of energy from that center of the earth all the way to the sky. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then think about an intention, maybe something that you want to achieve, or maybe just a loving thought. Call that to mind now, an intention for your practice. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then just inhale, sun salutation A. Sweep your arms all the way up, gathering energy. And as you exhale, you're just going to swan dive slowly forward. Hands come down to the ground. The head and the neck release last. Inhale as you lengthen the spine. Hands can come to shins if necessary. And then as you exhale, you'll just place both hands down. I want you just to step all the way back to a high plank. So the right foot goes back, the left foot goes back. You're at the top of a push-up. You can always drop to the knees if you need be. Stay here, breathe in. And as you exhale, you're going to lower chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. I'm going to show you knees, chest, chin first. So knees, chest, chin. Some more gentle flow. Inhale to a baby cobra if you're craving an up dog, you can do that. Shoulder blades back. And then exhale, tuck toes, draw a seat. Sit bones to your heels, come back through a child's pose, your forehead down. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. We'll take 3 slow deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. And exhale as you bend the knees. Look at the hands again. Stroll, nice slow walk to the front of the mat forward. When you arrive there, you'll inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, head drops. Breathe in as you reverse that swan dive. Sweep your arms all the way up, scooping up that beautiful energy. And then exhale, you'll pull it back down to your heart center. We're going to do 2 more like that. So inhale, sweep those arms all the way up. And exhale as you swan dive forward. Inhale as you halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Hands can come to shins. Exhale, hands down, step all the way back to that high push-up. You can lower the same way you did before. Otherwise, you can lower chaturanga, keeping your elbows right by your ribs. Keep looking forward. Inhale, upward facing dog, flipping the feet. Thighs are lifted off the mat. Shoulder blades draw back, heart towards the sky. Exhale, recurl your toes back under. Draw your hips up and back, downward facing dog. 3 full breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. As you bend the knees, look at the hands, walk forward mindfully, feeling each step. Once you arrive, you'll inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, gather that energy, scoop it up. And exhale, pull it back down through heart center. Just one more for good measure. So inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step all the way back. High plank, lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward dog. Take those 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Bend the knees. Look at your beautiful hands as you again stroll forward, feeling each step. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, scoop your arms, sweep them up. Exhale, pull the energy back down to your heart, and then bring your hands and arms by your sides to Tadasana, mountain pose. Really, really nice. So we're just gonna make our way down to the mat now by doing one more little salutation to get there. So inhale, arm sweep all the way back up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to that high plank. Lower all the way down to the mat. So whatever way is easy for you. And then once you arrive there, untuck your toes. Let your hands and arms come by your sides. I'm going to move the blocks out of the way just so you can see. And then let one cheek rest on the mat. Your hands and arms are by your sides. You're just resting in a little Shavasana position, but on your belly. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Your heels can come apart, big toes touching. That'll be a nice release on your lower back. And then I just want you to switch ears. So just take your right ear, bring that to the mat. And you can just sway your hips from side to side. Oh, so nice, right? All right, and then you're just going to slowly lazy roll yourself all the way onto your full back. So just roll yourself over. And you're just gonna lay down on the mat. So your sit bones will be right about in the middle of the mat. You might wanna have your block handy, one of them. Keep it right by your side. And then bring your heels so they're just barely touching your fingertips. You're just sort of resting there with your hands and arms by sides. Your fingertips can barely touch the backs of your heels. Your heels are about hip-width distance apart. I want you just to extend your left leg all the way out, and your left toes are flexed. You're just gonna grab for your right knee and just pull it in, hug it in. We're gonna just do a nice little gentle twist. It's detoxifying, so that's typically what we do at the end of the day, just kind of let go of anything we want to let go of, sort of wring ourselves out like a little washcloth, I guess. And you're going to slowly start to take your right knee over to the left side of your mat, and you'll extend your right arm out to a T shape so your right fingertips are reaching, and you'll just look past your right middle finger. Maybe your right knee will come all the way down to the ground. Maybe it won't. Try not to grip too hard on your knee. If you notice you're doing that, then just let the grip kind of relax. But just take a gaze past your right middle finger. Really nice. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly start to come back towards the center. Your right knee will come back in, you'll hug it in. Take your left knee in to meet it, so you'll grab for your left knee with your left hand. And you'll just give yourself a nice little gentle hug, maybe sway side to side. And then you can extend that right leg all the way down to the mat like you did your left one a minute ago. Your right toes can be flexed towards the sky. And then you'll pull your left knee in as much as you can. You'll take your left knee over to the right. Your left arm's going to go out to that T shape. You're going to keep your gaze on your left middle finger as you slowly bring your right knee over to the right, left knee over to the right. And then again, look past your left middle finger. Try not to grip too hard on that left knee. Breathe. You always want to make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Yes. Slowly come back through center. Hug those beautiful knees in. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe sway side to side. Oh, so good. And then I want you to reach for the outsides of your feet if you can, like a little happy baby it's called. So if you can't grab the outsides of your feet, you can always grab for your big toes with your peace fingers. That's your index, middle finger. And you just want to keep your tailbone on the ground. So you don't want it up in the air like this. You want it down. You want your feet flexed. You want your shoulder blades down on the earth. And then you can sway side to side like a little happy baby. You're rocking yourself to sleep. Breathe. Try to focus on your breath whenever your mind wanders. Just be here now. And then draw both knees in again. You'll give yourself that beautiful hug, squeezing yourself for all that you did today with those amazing legs that you have. Inhale. And then exhale. Just let them release all the way down to the ground. So you're coming into that Shavasana position. You're just going to have your feet about hip-width distance apart. You want to reach your fingertips towards your feet so that your shoulders are away from your ears. You're nice and comfortable. You don't want to be in an uncomfortable position. Shavasana is such an important position. It's really like practice for dying. That's what it's known for in the yogic world, but it's really just to rest, like lay the practice to rest. Everything, all your efforts, let it go. You just let your mind rest. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Try to relax just a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, relax just a little bit more. Let your feet relax, your hands, your shoulders. Let your face relax. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Maybe focus less on the breath and just let yourself go even more. If your mind wanders, you can bring it back to the breath, but try to just let everything go, let your worries go. It's almost like your worries are melting off of you into the ground, going down to the center of the earth. And just replenishing the earth. It's almost like you're feeding the earth by just being here, letting yourself fully come down, down, down. And just relax. You're more than welcome to stay here as long as you've allotted time for. But whenever you are ready to come out of this, you want to do it gently. So you'll just slowly start to move your fingers, slowly start to move your toes. Maybe you take a beautiful stretch, reaching the arms up and over your head like you're waking up to a new day. And just pointing the toes, reaching the fingers in the opposite direction. And then once more, you'll hug those beautiful legs into the center of your chest. You can keep your eyes closed. You know how to do this. And then you'll roll over onto one side. I'm going to roll to my left. So as I roll to my left, I'll come into a little fetal position. It's important that you just rest here for a moment in this fetal position. It's very symbolic. It's like a rebirth. Every time you get off the mat, you get to leave something behind. So again, any worries that you have, anything that's not serving you, that stays behind. You press up, you are like born again every time you sit up. So think about what you want to leave behind. And then think about what you want to take with you as you maybe move on with your day or evening, something more positive. And take your right hand, you'll press it down to the ground to help sit yourself up. Again, you can keep your eyes softly closed. If you need to open them slightly, you can to find your seat. I always like to end where I begin, so I sat cross-legged. If you had a block, you can grab that block and sit upright on it. And again, just let your hands rest on your thighs. I'm going to do face down. Eyes can now close if they weren't already. We'll close with 3 cleansing breaths together. So as we breathe in, our shoulder blades can come up if you'd like. And breathe out, let them come down. Hopefully that feels a little different. So inhale, shoulder blades come up. And exhale, release. One more time, inhale, shoulder blades up. Exhale, let them release. Bring your hands to a prayer position at the center of your chest. Palms are touching. You can take a slight tuck of the chin, just honoring yourself for taking time, carving out time for your practice. Closing with something to be grateful for. You can think of anything that you're grateful for to close. And just thinking, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thank God for my practice, but thank whatever it is that's important in your life, your higher being, your higher self. Thank that for coming here. Thank you.